Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is me, Alicia, if this is your first time here, and if not, welcome back. Alright, this is probably the most impromptu video I think I've ever done, hence why I'm sitting on the floor. I just got in a bunch of like supply stuff from Amazon that I used to basically run my business, and so I figured while I'm here, why not give a couple of websites, things that I use to start my small business, and hence this can go with our Fearless Finance series that we have for October. So let's just get into it. All right, first things first, you need an actual website, and this is where I learned from experience. So when I started out, I actually started out on Etsy because I was just unsure. I didn't know how hard it would be to get a website, how expensive it was. I was doing sis was having, my startup funds was very low, right? So I just started through Etsy, and it wasn't until like months came and go and I realized like Etsy's fees here, Etsy's fees there, it just made more sense for me, and it actually turned out better at price wise to go ahead and have my own website. So about, I want to say when we started adding necklaces, so I started doing bracelets in January, and then we started adding gold filled necklaces around like June or July. So it took me about 6 months for me to realize, hey sis, you probably should have your own website. And once I got in there, I realized it wasn't as complicated as I thought. Now, I have a personal website for my vlog, the LivinFearless.com, and that's where I just do blog posts. A lot of it is just really like my outfits on Instagram, and I have a developer that does that because that's kind of like what she does with, you know, blog stuff. And so when it came time to have the website, I didn't want to have to turn around and pay another developer to create my website. So I went around and found out that Shopify was easier. And what I love about Shopify is that they have a support system that will basically help you develop your website. So I went through Shopify, I went through and got my domain, went through them and ordered, they have free website templates you can choose from, and that's basically the way that your website is going to look. And then they have some that are paid. To me personally, the paid ones are a lot better. They are a lot chicer. I feel like they're a little bit more user friendly, especially mobile friendly, than the free one. So I did a paid one. I want to say I paid $100 and something, and then that comes with a support. So if I'm like, hey, this isn't doing what I wanted to do, or I want this banner at the top, their support is really, really good. So also, I feel like shoplivinfearless.com has a better, it's a little bit more professional than shoplivinfearless.etsy.com. You see what I'm saying? So if you can afford it, it's one of the main things that I would think that you should do, or you should invest in, that is to have your own hosted website as soon as you start your business, because like I said, it's a little bit more professional, and you may think that you're going the more inexpensive route with Etsy, but let me tell you, every time you turn around, every time you click a mouse, I feel like Etsy is charging you a transaction fee. So yeah, while I appreciate Etsy for giving me my start, looking back at it, I would have just went and paid the couple $100 and just went and got my own website from the beginning. All right, on the subject of looking professional, so we've got a professional website. We also need a professional email address, because like I said before, having your own hosted one is a lot better than saying, you know, shoplivinfearless@gmail.com. So I went through Gmail and got a hosted one. So mine is hello@livinfearless.com. And then that way when people need to do an inquiry, when people want to do custom orders, that's on every newsletter that we send out. Is that professional email address that's on there. That way, I don't know, for me, I'm always fickle when especially I think for me, the reason why I knew that this was something that I wanted to get from the very beginning, which I've had, because when I get a lot of emails from brands trying to collaborate, the first thing I check is I'll go up to the two and I will check their email address. And I think for me, whenever I see a brand that doesn't have their own hosted email address, if it's like something at Gmail, I'm now weary. I'm like, all right, I'm not clicking nothing, I'm not linking nothing, I ain't trying to get, you know, scammed, I ain't trying to have my Instagram hacked, nothing of that sort. So I think for me, having my email was one of those that were top tier, because I'm so used to it in the influencer space that if you don't have your own hosted email address, I'm not not clicking anything. I'm probably not going to respond to you because there's just been so many brands or like so many influencers that have been like hacked and attacked and frauded because they aren't looking at the two, and most of the time it's from Gmail. Like I've seen something that was like collabs free people at gmail.com. I know Free People has their own hosted, so you sending me this, I know that it's a fraud. And so that's one of the things where I got at the very beginning of stages for my business, because I just so used to being accustomed to looking at that in the influencer space. All right, brief intermission, we're back. The kid, you couldn't see him before, but he was in there, woke up a little crying, so I had to change him, feed him, and then give him to his dad because he's a little fussy. Anyway, we're back. Also in that, I lost my glasses, my little blue light glasses. I have no idea where they went. But we are back. So last time I stopped off, we got our hosted website because we're going to own, okay, our business. We got our own professional email address. Now we need to take pictures of those products to load onto the website. And this is one of those where, and as I'm going throughout the video, I hope you can make a list of some things like, okay, yeah, I definitely need to do that. I definitely need to buy that. No, I think I can use what I have here. I think I can use what I have here. I can borrow a friend's here. Taking pictures of said products. I use my iPhone. Every picture that you guys see on the website, on my website, shoplivinfearless.com, it's taken with my phone. Now, I do use extra editing, so I use Lightroom, and then I use Adobe Photoshop to kind of bring in the crispness of, especially like the color on the beads, or like the actual true color of the fedora. I chose to invest my money in Lightroom and Photoshop Express, and not necessarily going out and getting a $1,000 camera, especially when I was first starting out to take pictures. Even now, still now, I still take all of my product photos with my iPhone, just because, guys, I've been, like I said, I've been in business since 2020. I have yet to get a complaint or an issue or whatever about the picture that I saw is completely different than what I actually got. Like, sis, it's not working. You told me it was going to be this color. I actually got it in this color. So my photos, between taking them with the back of my iPhone, so the back of the camera, okay, bueno, basura, okay. So taking them with the back of the camera and then using Adobe and Lightroom to help bring out the true colors and the crispness of the product really works well. So if you have an iPhone, use what you got. I hear Samsung actually also has really good cameras. If you have a camera, work with what you have. Do you have a best friend that has a camera? Do you have a photographer that's a friend that maybe you guys can like exchange, do a little even exchange of some sort? Just when it comes to taking the product photos, unless I can't even think of a product where you're just like, sis, it needs to be with a professional camera. But use what you have. I don't want you guys, I think this was one of the ones in the list that's like, if you have something that is close to being great and you can use other things like editing apps to help bring in the crispness of said product photo, do that. All right, so we have our website, we have our email address, we have our equipment that we're going to use to take photos of said products. Now, what happens when said product sells? We need shipping materials. I personally use Uline, so U-L-I-N-E. I use them to get the larger boxes that I use to ship the fedoras in. If you bought a fedora from me, you know how big. It's technically a 16 by 16 by 8. So they have the bigger boxes. They're durable. They're easy to ship. They ship the next day. So if I order it today, my order comes tomorrow. So really, really easy. I don't remember if you have to have a business license to order from them. I know that they give certain like volume discounts. I can't remember if you have to have a business license from them. So that's where I go to get my larger boxes. To get everything else, my smaller boxes that the jewelry comes in, the white wrapping paper that the jewelry and the fedoras come in, the poly mailers that the jewelry comes in, all the other shipping materials, the fragile labels, the thank you for shopping my small business labels, all that comes from Amazon's small business website. And I'm pretty sure for that you do have to have a business license, because you're opened up to basically business access pricing, wholesale. It's basically the Sam's Club for business owners. So you have access to special pricing, but as such your quantities have to be more. So it's not to be like a set of 25 or a set of 50, but that is where I go to get mine. If you aren't able to get the Amazon small business account, Amazon still has really good shipping boxes. When I first started out, I just went straight through Amazon because I had no idea there was an Amazon small business. I had no idea that existed. So I just went straight to Amazon to get all the things. It's a lot cheaper than going into your local Walmart or Home Depot or wherever you're going to get boxes and shipping materials, but it's not as cheap if you go through the Amazon small business account. So that is where I go to get all of my shipping materials to actually ship the items. Okay, so before we have shipped the items, we need to put some little cute marketing materials in there, and let me grab some of the ones that I get most of mine from Zazzle. I used to use Vistaprint, and then Vistaprint was taking too long to get my stuff here. So I found out Zazzle, and Zazzle stays having a sale. Never buy anything regular price from Zazzle because they say with a sale or a promo code. Let me grab some of the cards and stickers that I have purchased from Zazzle. That way you can kind of see firsthand experience what it looks like. All right, so if you have ordered from me, why not? Shop LivinFearless.com. I'm gonna pull them up close so you guys can see the zoom, and then I'll talk about them, because the way that between this camera and this sun that's trying to set but not set, honey, the lighting here is trash. So this is the jewelry care card, and it's just basically how to care for your gold filled jewelry, and then that's the front of it. Same thing for the fedora. That's the front of the fedora card. And then this is the back, basically how to care for your fedora. The custom that I got for the necklace, also got the same thing for the earrings. So it's got the Shop Living Fearless. My headline, which is Elevate Your Accessories. You guys can't see it, but down here has my website address. So all of that came from Zazzle. It's simply very easy. You go in, I think these are actually like thank you cards, but I turned them into care cards only because, and this is just something that I just recently added this year, only because once again, I'm all about getting like customer feedback, and one of the main common questions that I got was, how do I care for my jewelry? How do I care for my fedora? Do I you know, hang it up? Do I put it down? How often do I clean it? What do I clean it with? So this was just basically the frequently asked questions that we always get with the jewelry and the fedoras that we put in a card. And it's literally as soon as you open it up, like before you get to your jewelry, you're going to see this card. And I used to just have it on the thank you, but I was afraid that people would not turn it over. So I literally, as soon as you open your jewelry, it's the jewelry care card. As soon as you open the box for your fedora, it's literally stickered on top of there, how to care for your fedora. And it's really cut down on the amount of email influx that we get, like, hey, I got this stain on my fedora, I don't know how to clean it. Or hey, I got this I have got this kind of vacation coming up, can I wear your jewelry then? So it's basically FAQs that I got. Like I said, it was a thank you card that I turned into, so I have the thank yous on this, but then on the back I created these two care cards. And then this was just basically the necklace holder. It says necklace holder, and you can customize it, so love that. And then of course, you know, the sticker is just a sticker. But those are all the marketing materials that I got, and that's basically once you get your product. I know for me, I don't keep a lot of stuff. So some people spend a lot of money in general packaging. What is this sun doing? I hope you guys can see me okay. A lot of people, or some companies, spend a lot of money in like the packaging and the aesthetic of the packaging and all that kind of stuff, and that is great. That's just not something that I pay attention to when I get a package in the mail. Like I don't care what you wrap it in, as long as it comes to me and it comes to me clean and on time. I'm literally gonna take it out and trash everything else. So I didn't want to spend all this exorbitant amount of price of dollars on these like custom boxes and custom gift wrap and custom tape, because that's just not something that I pay attention to as a consumer. Maybe eventually we'll get there, but it does not come cheap. I don't want to have to increase my prices just to be able to give you guys a fancy box that's going to go to the trash at the end of the week. So anyway, like I said, marketing materials, you can use Zazzle and Vistaprint. I have used both. I've used Vistaprint at the beginning of my business because I had no idea what Zazzle is. Now that I have found a Zazzle, you know, she, me, her, we are absolute best friends. So All right, so after we are done with the marketing material, so we have basically created our website, right? We have created our website, we've added the products to the website, we have the shipping products to be able to ship those stuff out of the website, we've got our own little cute marketing materials to go in there. We now need people to find us. We now need people to find our website. We need to be able to know, we need people to know, hey, I'm now in business, come buy from me. So the first thing, I think this goes without saying, you need to be active on social media. Doesn't matter what platform, there's several, okay? There's Pinterest, I'm personally on Pinterest. There's Instagram, of course you guys know I'm on Instagram. There's TikTok, I am not on TikTok. That is a big mistake. Don't do what I'm doing, because I have heard of so many small businesses that have went viral just by posting products or posting videos on TikTok. So I think you should be a part of some, at least 2, but just start somewhere. If I were you and I would be starting today, I would start on TikTok, because that's where all the girls are going. That's where all the girls with the debit and the credit cards are flocking to. Okay, trust me, there have been several small businesses I have been supporting in the late night hour from just me scrolling TikTok. And every time when I check out, I'm like, Alicia, why isn't Shop Living Fearless on TikTok? I'm gonna get there, but I definitely think you need to be a part of social media. Also, with that, you can also create ads, which is basically run advertising ads on places like Instagram and Pinterest. Maybe you can do it on TikTok, but once again, because I'm not on TikTok, because I'm being defiant, I don't know these things. But Instagram is one of those. I have ads running every single week. I set them up every Sunday and they run throughout the week. And some people complain when you're just like, I'm scrolling and this thing came through and I didn't even ask for it. I'm not complaining, because that might be me. That might be me showing you a picture of like a hat or a necklace or a set that I need you to then come find my small business. So I'm not going to be complaining about the things that just scroll Instagram, because those ads definitely have helped generate sales for me. Pinterest is also another one of those where, like, Pinterest ads and pinning, sis, advertise, especially if you don't have the audience. So one thing that kind of set me apart was that I already had somewhat of an audience. I already had a larger following on my personal Instagram page, that when I began to pub my business, people naturally gravitated towards the business because they wanted to see what I was talking about. If you do not have that large engagement initially, advertising is really going to be able to get your product, your website, even if you're just selling a service, if you're doing like interior designing, or if you're doing some kind of service, advertising said company helps get that out to the masses. So definitely social media is the way to go. Like I said before, if you're just starting out, TikTok, okay? But then also there are different companies like Pinterest and Instagram, where if you are a part of them, you can run ads and allow your product to be seen to people that are not following you. All right, and last but not least, so we have created our website, we have created our email address, we've taken product pictures with our equipment, we have our marketing materials to go inside the shipping packages that we've got, and we've done the advertising on social media. So once they get to the actual website, you want them to stick around for a little while longer, or you want to entice them to what? Subscribe. Ding, 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 ding. And so one of the things that I do is I tell everybody, my subscribers get first access to absolutely everything. If there's like a restock, if we're coming out with a fall fedora collection, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's already out, but it's just custom fedoras that I'm able to customize with my manufacturer. Like, hey, I want this, and it's just really good, like fall prints. It's just chef's kisses. I might put up some pictures here, although it's limited quantity, so if they're gone, they're gone. I can't help you. Only thing that I can tell you is you need to be a subscriber, because the subscriber gets first access to those. I think the next collection won't be until I get my birthday, like my birthday fedora. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's this. You guys can't see it, but it's like a linen fedora, gold embezzlements. It was goodness. So that's that's the next collection once this fall one is out. Anyway, the purpose of that is to get people to subscribe to your website so that you could then send newsletters. So I use CANVA I use CANVA, I use CANVA, I use CANVA. I don't know of a small business, I don't even know of an influencer that's not using CANVA. I don't even remember what we were doing before CANVA. Like, because CANVA hadn't been around that long. Maybe 5 years, 7 max. But CANVA has just been coming for the girls, and I'm here for it. So I use CANVA to create newsletters. I use Canva to create the thumbnail on the video that you guys are watching now. Canva is just one of those where it's just an all-encompassing platform. I literally can put in new arrivals and it'll give me all these templates that just say new arrivals. I can put in flash sale if I want to do a flash sale, if I want to do a entire store 20% off. I can literally put those headlines in Canva and it'll give me like all these templates that I then take their wording out, put my wording in, their pictures out, put my pictures in, and then ding 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 ding, create a newsletter, upload it to my site, schedule it to go to my subscribers, bam, and done. And so I don't really remember successful life without Canva. Truly appreciate it. The one that I have, I do pay a subscription. I want to say it's like it's $12.99 a month, but you can do a yearly thing, which is what I did. So it's a little bit cheaper than that. So it's like maybe like $125 a month or $125 a year instead of $13 a month, something like that. But it's definitely one of those where this is something where I think you need to invest, because Canva will literally make your small business life just a little bit busy. I mean, a little bit easier. You're still gonna be stressed. Whoever said, you know, entrepreneurship is easy, they lied, okay? You're still gonna be stressed, but you're gonna be a little bit less stressed about creating newsletters with Canva. So if you have made it to this far in the video, also I'll go ahead and put the list in the description box, as well as some of the links, like the link to Zazzle, the link to Canva. I use Shopify. I don't really know what else to put on the website, so I'll link all of the ones that I listed, like the apps and things that I used, in the description box if you want to take a look at those. So before, if I was talking too fast, because I have a tendency to talk fast to hurry up and get it out before like I lose it or the kid starts crying and then he needs me and then I'm just distracted, and before I know it I'm like, what was I talking about? So with all that being said, guys, if you have made it to this far in the video, you had not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Also click the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Like I said before, if there's anything small business or personal finance related that you would like for me to talk about, leave it in the comment section. It helps me to create future videos. While you're here, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys next Sunday, 7 o'clock. Later.